Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Pat Gray Unleashed, sponsored by ExpressVPN. You have a right to privacy. Protect it at expressvpn.com/unleashed. Welcome. Another fun day in quarantine. And we are here to make the apocalypse fun. And I think we're doing just that.
Maybe the apocalypse will, I don't know, kind of pull up here in the next couple of weeks for everybody.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That sure would
be nice. Yeah, it really would. Just about every person I've talked to or have come in contact with has said, can we please, for the love of heaven, stop with this!
Yeah.
Stop! I don't know anybody who says, it's a really good thing that we're all being shut in our homes. I'm glad we're all staying home right now.
Yeah, Georgia and Tennessee joined the ranks of states kind of
opening things up.
Some of that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it seems like Georgia's going to be even more open than Texas by the end of this week. So,
Well, yeah, because like ours is you can open retail if you do a drive-up service. Wait.
That's dumb.
And what? So if I drive up, I can get clothing at the curb?
I mean, do you have to try it on in the parking lot?
Yeah.
And ask the attendant, hey,
is that how that works?
How's this look? Do you think it's too tight in the arm, or what do you think? Okay, go in and get me the different sides. No, not that color. The other, that's not going to work. Come on.
That can't work. That's not, no. And what are they going to, they bring your furniture out? You bring your couch out to the curb? Yeah, sit in this and see if you like it.
I wonder if state parks were just crazy crowded in Texas yesterday when they opened up, because the weather was perfect here, at least in North Texas.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. And state parks open. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if maybe that was the place to be. I don't know.
Maybe somebody will tell us if they went to a state park yesterday. I actually didn't go to a state park yesterday.
You did not?
I did not.
Wow.
No, I did not go to a state park yesterday. Just kind of weird, because most days I'll do that, when they're open. And they were open yesterday, but I didn't get there.
Mr. Chance.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, maybe you can
I was out checking out couches at the curbside at furniture stores.
Well, maybe you can go today.
Yeah, maybe.
You can go to the state park today.
Right. That's what I figured yesterday.
And then you'll go to the clothing store tomorrow.
So is Georgia allowing people to go into retail stores?
I forgot what it was. I read the article. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I got to go back and look. I don't want to misspeak here. But
I don't want you to either. That would be terrible if you misspoke.
It wouldn't be the first time that I've done that.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, it would not.
But
we'd all be pissed off at you. So
on Friday,
we don't want that to happen.
On Friday, let's see here. You can reopen. Yeah, Tennessee's like this too. Pop-up ad. Okay, let's see. Bowling alley. Look at that. Gyms.
Bowling alleys open up?
Gyms, hair salons, bowling alleys, tattoo parlors among the businesses allowed to open on Friday.
Tattoo parlors?
And look at that.
Wow.
Yesterday, movie theaters could resume selling tickets. I don't know if that means you're allowed in yet. I don't know. I assume so, right?
Wow.
Okay. Restaurants limited to takeout orders could return to limited dine-in service. Wow. See, Georgia.
Limited dine-in service. Wow. That's going to happen here, I think, next week in Texas, where they're going to open it up, but you have to stay really far apart. So I guess the restaurants are going to have to make some changes in how far the tables are apart and all that.
Crap. So I am going to have to pay off my bet with you, Stu, and Jeffy?
Yeah.
We'll just have to sit like be four of us at like this long banquet table at a restaurant.
I don't think Jeffy will go. I don't think Jeffy. Well, we can ask him tomorrow, but I don't think he'd leave. I don't think he's leaving the house.
So wait a minute. Jeffy is, you just said, I don't know anybody that says, hey, I love all this quarantine stuff, except for Jeffy, right?
Yeah.
Jeffy's the exception.
I don't know that he loves it, but he's certainly abiding by it.
He's sitting on a couch watching Netflix. I think he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. And he won't come in. So, yeah, I guess he loves it.
So more states are opening, but Jeffy will be on lockdown until forever.
And it may well be that some of the movie theaters are opening, you say, in Georgia?
And they said they could sell tickets. I assume that means they're opening.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, because you can technically buy tickets, and come, for a show later. But
the number one movie in America last week made $1,710. $1,710. And it opened in one theater in Florida, and it was a drive-in movie theater. Is that amazing? That tells you where we are right now.
And like the week before, wasn't the high price
$1,100 something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the economy's improving.
Yes.
We're up from 1,100 highest grossing picture to 17.
So the movie industry is getting right back on their feet really quickly. They're up $600 week over week. So pretty amazing. Tell you somebody who's not doing well, and that's the oil industry. Jeez. Something that's never happened in the oil market happened yesterday. Negative prices for oil contracts.
Yeah.
A couple of graphics from yesterday.
So we get the report middle afternoon. It's $0. Oil is at $0 per barrel. And so that's the price that broke. And then before long, another Pat head noticed that it was down to, it actually bottomed out at negative $38.54.
And what does that mean? Does that mean the oil company has to pay you money, $38 a barrel, to take the oil off their hands? What does that mean?
No. So, and in fact, that is going to rebound.
Futures contracts are tied to specific delivery dates. Toward the end of a contract's expiration date, the price typically converges with the physical price of oil, as the final buyers of these contracts are entities like refineries or airlines that are going to take actual delivery of the oil. The contract that fell more than 100% is for May delivery, and it expires today. With the coronavirus pandemic leading to an unprecedented demand loss, and with storage tanks quickly filling up, there's no demand for this oil contract expiring. Oil should probably be over $20 a barrel in just a couple of days.
Yeah, when the new contracts start back up. Yeah. Or was it, I forget which Pat had said this, Perfect Fit, I think, said, seriously, I want to buy oil right now, today, and then sell it at 1,000 times higher in a few months.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is a short-lived thing. But, I mean, $20 a barrel is still dirt cheap.
It's bad for Texas.
It's very bad for Texas. But, it's good for AOC because she's so giddy when people are suffering.
She's a freaking idiot. Man, she is an idiot. You absolutely love to see it. Talking about the oil prices. No, I actually don't. This, along with record low interest rates, means it's the right time for a worker-led mass investment in green infrastructure to save our planet. What a moron.
She's
such an absolute moron. Wow.
Yep. And so she got some pushback on Twitter. Lots of people responding to her insanity. So you got the congressman there from North Dakota,
Kelly Armstrong, says this is not an ideological exercise, AOC. People's jobs are evaporating. Lives are being ruined in real time. North Dakota companies that have taken decades to build have been destroyed in hours. Any public official that loves to see this does not deserve to hold office. That's for sure. The Green New Deal was never about the environment. It's about winning elections. And that is fine as far as it goes. Openly celebrating the economic destruction of families and communities because it fits a political narrative is unacceptable and unbecoming of a member of Congress. From Washington Times reporter Matt Makoviak. Bubblegum idiot cheers. Bubblegum idiot cheers the loss of millions of energy industry jobs and destruction of 401ks and pensions. What a truly vile person AOC is. Yes. Stephen Miller tweeted to Nancy Pelosi, Mom, she's saying the quiet part out loud again. Yeah, AOC, that's the quiet part. That's cheering against the oil industry and everybody's 401k. That's the part you keep quiet. Shh. She doesn't care.
Nope. I mean, and this is what this is what we said the Green New Deal would be all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want jobs to be destroyed and economies to collapse.
Well, Stephen L. Miller continued, you only need thousands of people dead and millions of people unemployed to enact your vision.
There you go.
Which is basically what we've been saying all
along. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Great stuff. Jeez. Oh, some really good news.
Oh, good. I need that.
Maybe the biggest news you'll hear all day.
Oh, wow. So it's good news and it's big news?
Yes.
All
it's
right.
good, big news.
Well, hit me. I like this.
Benjamin Netanyahu and his rival Benny Gantz reached an agreement to form a unity government in Israel.
All right.
Yay! It only took 3 elections, and the threat of a 4th.
I mean, that's good. I mean,
After 3 inconclusive elections held within the span of a year, Israeli political rivals Netanyahu and Gantz broke a persistent political deadlock and announced yesterday they reached an agreement to form a unity government that will keep Netanyahu in office until October 2021. Wow.
So hold on. Did we just hit peak good news for the day at 6:10 a.m. and it was about Israeli elections?
Yes, it's very possible that is the case.
Oh, no.
Thank you for noticing.
Okay. But I mean, that's good that we don't have to. We know that at least until October of 2021, we're not going to come in here and print up a story about Israelis headed back to the polls.
Right.
Right. That is good news.
Some interesting news from North Korea, too. Apparently, their leader, Kim Jong-un, is in grave danger health-wise. He, I guess, the intelligence agencies in Washington have been trying to monitor what's going on there because he hasn't shown up for a lot of celebrations he'd normally attend, like his grandfather's birthday, which is like, it's almost a religious holiday in North Korea because they considered him a god, and you really have to be there, and he wasn't. Kim Jong-un couldn't attend because he was too sick. Apparently, he had some kind of heart surgery. Uh-oh. And North Korea is absolutely the place you want your heart surgery to be done.
Right.
Isn't it?
I've heard that they are...
the North Korean surgeons are the finest in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to go anywhere else. Pyongyang, man, everybody wants to... as soon as they hear heart trouble, they're booking a flight to Pyongyang immediately.
Huh.
So, So he's in good hands, I'm sure. I'm sure he's in really good hands.
In fact, is that the place that I've heard is the open heart surgery capital of the world?
Of the world, yes.
Yeah,
Pyongyang,
now I got
North
it.
Korea.
Yeah, okay.
So he's apparently really sick. He had heart surgery, and he's, I don't know, some say he's recovering pretty well. Others say he's in really bad shape.
Yeah. What are those sources that say he's doing well? Is that the same sources that said that his dad got 18 holes in one and found a unicorn or something?
Yeah.
The same people?
Yeah, he on an 18-hole golf course, he golfed an 18. That was Kim Jong-il. That wasn't Kim Jong-un.
So he golfed a what?
An 18. 18!
Thank you. My goodness.
I know.
A slow start. So, that's interesting. Who takes over? His sister? If he
that's
croaks?
what they say.
Okay.
Which would be weird. Girls can't run countries.
Right. I mean, come on. It would be ridiculous.
I mean, do they think it's a baking class? What do they think is going on there?
They're baking nuclear tipped missiles over there is what they're
That's
baking.
Right. Yeah, apparently his sister takes over if he's incapacitated
I hear she's
or dead.
Not nice.
No, none of them. None of the Un family is nice.
That's a good point.
They're not any one of them nice. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice leader of North Korea, you're gonna have to wait a while.
Boy, that would be an interesting dynamic if Trump and Sis are having to negotiate.
Yeah, wouldn't it? That'd be great.
All right, just relax.
All right, 888-900-3393. Of course, you know by now that dry dog food has to have all the life cooked out of it in order to last on shelves for 2 to 3 years. Dry dog food manufacturers sterilize the food when they make it, so it kills all of the stuff that would be alive in your pet's food that you want in there, like the probiotics and enzymes, vitamins, healthy microbacteria. It's all gone. That's why you're going to love Ruff Greens Vita Smart. First of all, it's not dog food. It's a dog supplement, really healthy. And it puts back into your dog's food all the live nutrients necessary for really good doggy health. Your dog's going to love this stuff. They can't get enough of it. My dog always has a little green mustache after eating. because of the Ruff greens. It's adorable. So no matter what you feed your dog, whether it's the most expensive stuff on the market or something bargain basement, this will make your dog's food better. Take the Ruff Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge today for just $14.95. You'll see the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, just go to ruffgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFF greens.com/blaze.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
Yeah. So on the coronavirus task force are almost every single Republican senator except Mitt Romney. He's not there. And so the president was asked about that yesterday. Why isn't Mitt Romney? What, are you holding something against Mitt Romney? Oh, what a stupid question. Of course he is. Of course he does not like Mitt Romney. He might even despise Mitt Romney, would be my guess. But here's the exchange.
You didn't go.
Thank you very much.
Who are you with?
I'm with the Salt Lake Tribune.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. On Thursday, the White House
Crappy
announced
paper.
a congressional task force on reopening America. It included every Republican senator but Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Does that show that you're still holding a grudge against Mitt
Yeah,
Romney?
it does. No, I'm not a fan of Mitt Romney. No, I had 52 Republican senators.
He was a governor. You don't want his advice.
Well, I just don't think, I'm not a fan of Mitt Romney. I don't really want his advice.
I mean, there he was, completely honest. I'm not a fan. I don't want his advice.
And he did say, yeah, he's holding a grudge,
Yeah,
right?
Next question. I mean,
That is amazing.
brutal honesty.
I want to see that again because he did say, yes, I'm holding a grudge.
Yeah.
Or did I misunderstand that? Let's go back
You
to...
didn't go.
Thank you very
Who
much.
are you with?
I'm with the Salt Lake Tribune.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. On Thursday, the White House announced a congressional task force on reopening America. It included every Republican senator but Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Does that show that you're still holding a grudge against Mitt
Yeah,
Romney?
it does. No, I'm not a fan of Mitt Romney. No, I had 52 Republican
man.
senators.
He was a governor. You don't want his advice.
Well, I just don't think, I'm not a fan of Mitt Romney. I don't really want his advice.
I mean, that was brutally honest from start to finish. He didn't say,
Wow.
like any other politician would have said, no, look, we've only got room for 52 Republican senators.
They would have made some flimsy, stupid excuse that everybody would have known it was a complete lie.
Yeah, if we had 53 chairs in the room.
He just flat out told the truth there. Mm-hmm. Does that mean you're still holding a grudge against Mitt Romney? Yeah. Yeah, it does.
He said,
yeah, it does.
I am.
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm still holding a grudge. Yeah. I hate his guts, as a matter of fact. He did vote for impeachment on one of the counts. You know that, right? So, yeah, I am not a fan. Don't want his advice. Don't want to be in the same room with him. Interesting. That's something else. That is really... Who does that?
Yeah.
Only Donald Trump.
I mean...
Only Donald Trump.
That's Trump, man.
Yeah, it is. Whether you like Mitt Romney or not, that's
Right.
Donald Trump in a nutshell. And it's kind of refreshing, really.
Yeah. There's a fine line between petty and refreshing.
Yeah.
That falls on the side of refreshing, I think. You know?
I for some reason, I do too. And I don't hate Mitt Romney like so many
I
people
don't either.
do.
I just think that's fun.
Yeah, I think he made an honest judgment that came from, his principles, and so otherwise he would have voted yes on both counts, but he didn't. And I think he reached a stupid conclusion there by doing that because there was no evidence on what he voted for, and he thought there was. So I think he's dead wrong on that. But I respect him for making that really difficult decision because he knew that wasn't going to be popular. He knew he was going to get it from both sides then because the left isn't going to embrace him and the right is going to hate him now. And he did it anyway. So, I mean, good for him. Also, the Salt Lake Tribune is a piece of garbage newspaper.
Okay.
All right? Okay.
Noted.
A lot like many newspapers across
I was
the
going to
country.
say, I mean, you can plug in the name of 95% of the newspapers out there.
Yes, you could. Yes,
Fill
you
in the
could.
blank is a
Houston
piece of
Chronicle,
garbage.
piece of garbage. Dallas Morning News, piece of garbage.
How about the San
New York
Francisco-
Times?
Okay, yeah.
Piece of garbage.
Yeah, you're right. I got
Yeah.
this game. I understand how it works.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Ivan?
Is there a number people can call, or when can they call?
At any time. Numbers right there. in
Where's the
front.
number? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
But this is what it's like to be a pathead, a listener to the show, and just in your daily life, you can't have a normal conversation with normal
Right.
phrases.
That's
because
right. Because we're all infected with this weird thing now.
We're infected with Pathead 19.
And I think, did that come in 19? No, that was probably like Pathead 18 or maybe even 17. We've been doing that for a long time.
We all suffer from Pathead 18. See? I mean, you're
And
even
that,
infected right
you
in the name
can't
itself.
even say the number without saying it like that.
Nope. Oh, by the way, as long as we're talking about Patheads, I just remembered something. You remember how we had Jennifer Knox on last week from the Sandbar in Tybee Island, Georgia? And she had taken $3,714, I think it's 3741 off the walls. Anyhow, a listener to this show matched that.
What?
As far as the donation on their Venmo. She reached out to tell me that. So
Did they really?
yeah, so in
That
addition
is
to just
so
the donations,
cool.
somebody did the 3741 as well.
Wow,
3,741.
that is amazing.
Great audience, I tell you, man.
Thank you. I mean,
You
that
guys are something else.
that's incredible. That's incredible. So thank you so much. And her employees, I'm sure, thank you as well, because that's going to provide them each with another $600 to get them through another few weeks of this nightmare.
And Georgia now opening, right? State of
Right,
Georgia.
that's right.
Maybe got them through.
So, right. Maybe
How
she
cool
can
is
open
that?
her business back up.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Because in a lot of states, like Texas, they're still not doing restaurants and bars. And I don't know, that might be next week or the week after.
Yeah, so what was it this week? You try on clothes out in the parking lot.
right, at the curb. Or maybe at home. How does that work at home? Are they going to bring clothing to your No, you can't do this at home.
I don't know how.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping next
Kinda
week
weird.
we're well on our way here in Texas.
I got to show you something really fun, though. This could quite possibly make your day.
Because is this better news than Israel done voting for a year and a half?
Well, it's different news than that.
Oh, okay.
It's a dad who has, during this quarantine, taken on something upon himself to, I guess, liven up the day for his kids. And the dedication he has to this bit, it's unbelievable. I mean, he sells out every time for it. He is all in every single time.
And what's his character's name?
Dadosaur.
Dadosaur.
Check this out. Every time the kids say Dadosaur, he goes into
Trains?
Dadosaur mode.
Working out there on the old bike.
Dinosaur trains.
Hey, Dadosaur!
Okay.
And his wife is none too happy about it.
She doesn't know. Like, this must be like, okay. She doesn't like this.
God dang it.
He's going to get hurt.
That's what my wife would be saying too.
Take your protein shake outside.
Take your protein shake outside. Look at that.
Okay, I literally can't watch this anymore.
His wife is not a fan. He's pouring protein powder, shake stuff all over his face. He's digging into a watermelon with his teeth, like a whole watermelon.
Like a dinosaur would.
Like a dinosaur. Okay, so here are the girls again. He's in the kitchen making something.
Hey, Dadosaur!
Oh, he's taking the trash out.
What are you doing? You guys
Oh, this
go.
is
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
this is crazy.
You guys stop it! Get out!
He's gonna tear into the garbage now.
Oh, no.
Knock it off.
Oh, the wife is so not into this. Oh, there's trash all over the driveway.
You can tell this is real too.
Yeah.
This is not being faked. This is real stuff. She's pissed.
Yep. Now the kids love it.
Yeah.
And now the mom is mad at the girls for basically flipping the switch.
You are not coming back in.
She's like, I love you, but you need to stop.
Girls, he's taking it to a new new level. I love you guys, but no more. No more.
Don't be mad at them.
Disgusting.
Uh-oh.
And now he's cutting a cake.
Now it's later.
Oh, it's going to get dangerous with that knife, right?
That is huge. That is way too big of a piece.
Oh my gosh, it's totally huge.
Look at the girls. They know what's up. They're going to...
Want some cake?
Uh-oh. This
Oh, boy.
Dadosaur wants some cake.
Don't even start.
Don't even start.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
She is in panic mode. He drops the spatula. And he starts digging into the cake with his fingers. Seriously. I mean, the lockdown has done different things to different people. Now, who's
Okay,
going to clean
that's
this
nuts.
up?
It's not even funny.
Oh, my goodness. See, she's laughing but upset, right? She's laughing.
Can you just call...
Oh, no.
For real, can you just call, Call Sammy's Pizza. For real.
Now he's standing on the coffee table like a raptor.
He's got a nice house, too. It's no wonder he's always in such a good mood.
Oh, no, he's got milk in his hand, Pat.
Yeah. All right, Dadosaur is back. Oh, no.
Now he's-
Milk all over
now
the
he's
place.
Okay.
Seriously, this is amazing.
At what point do you have him committed? Because
She's probably about ready to make that call right
seriously,
now.
like she's got an attorney on speed dial at this point.
My wife would be so mad if I'm making messes like that all over the house. Even if I'm cleaning them up, she's still... I mean, look at
The
that.
milk is just all over the kitchen floor. You're totally cleaning that up.
You're cleaning that up.
I shouldn't have to.
Look at that.
It's not his fault. It was the dinosaur.
Okay, now it's snowing. I want to be there.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, they're getting ready for a family picture.
Hey,
See-
Dadosaur.
Oh,
knock
no.
it off. You guys, it is Easter.
It's Easter. It is Easter. And now he's just sliding all over the yard in the snow. He's imagine the Three Stooges. He's kind of wow. Now he's running into the neighbor's yard. I mean, that's pretty crafty that a dinosaur can open a gate.
Dadosaur.
I mean, this keeps going on.
Oh no! Now he's gonna jump
And on.
into the lake. We know that it just snowed.
And by the way, there is a lake in their backyard. Which is,
Again, to your point
this
about
is
why he's in
in
such a good mood, and he can.
Yeah.
That is
Something
dedication,
else.
right?
Yeah. I would do that a few times, but then I'd be like, okay, we can't do that.
Oh, you're
Mom's
talking
getting really pissed.
Oh, you're talking about the dad. I was talking about the dedication of the wife putting up with this stuff.
I mean the dad to just be all in every time the girls say that
Yeah.
is incredible to me.
When does that end, though? When the lockdown ends? I mean, is he doing it still?
I don't know, but
A lot of views on the internet, on the socials there with that video clip. We'll tweet that out.
originated on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought those were like really short clips.
Yeah, but I think somebody compiled them and
okay.
made the video there that we just enjoyed.
I mean, the one with the garbage. He's taking the garbage out to the garbage cans outside. And then they say the Dadosaur thing, and he starts digging into the garbage with his mouth.
I mean, there's garbage all
everywhere
over the
driveway.
and the walkway.
That's nuts. You just created, I don't know, half an hour of work for yourself, plus the shower afterward.
I mean, I hope the room that you
nasty.
have at the mental hospital has a window.
Right?
But, I mean, that's funny every now and then, but that was something
That goes
else.
a little farther, I think, than most of us would.
Yeah.
888-900-3393. More Packer Unleashed coming up.
Did you consult an attorney?
I called up Cardinal Tobin, Cardinal Joe Tobin in Newark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you consulted with Cardinal Joe Tobin yet this morning?
He doesn't get up early enough. That's the problem.
Well, keep in mind, it's an hour later where Cardinal Joe is.
I should have known that.
So, yeah, you need to call him. And just check your day's activities with him. Make sure they're okay.
He's got to be a busy cat.
Oh, man. With everybody calling him to check on things.
Clearing everything through
Absolutely.
Cardinal Tobin.
Let's see. We got some tweets here at Pat Unleashed. Liberty Squirt tweets. Good morning, prisoners. It's Tuesday. Just in case you've lost track of time, too, because a lot of people have, I think. You're not going to work. You're not really on a schedule like normal. Everything seems so weird. You forget what day it is sometimes. Yeah. And we are, in fact, all prisoners. So congratulations on that. B. DeBodine tweets, hey, if you can make that kind of money, $1,710, by the way, for the number one movie last week.
Whoa.
If you can make that kind of money with drive-in movies, I may put up a bed sheet in my yard and show old home movies once North Carolina opens back up. Yeah, good luck. You make some extra cash there. Nancy, let him eat ice cream Pelosi. Okay, if tattoo parlors are open, then you're officially open. Just saying.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's about as intimate as you can get this side of sex. Wow. It's pretty intimate, the whole tattoo process.
I'm going to have to think that one through.
From Metro, Florida's not officially open, but I can tell you for the past week there's been more and more cars on the roads in the Deep South. Here, too, I think, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I've noticed yesterday. It was, It's
noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffy's 18 spoons. I would love for AOC to stand before a group of oil rig workers and tell them that you absolutely love to see this. So would I.
Yeah.
She is.
She loves to see the oil industry collapse.
Agonizing, un-American idiot, buffoon, communist. I could come up with some
I'll
other
stop
names,
you
but
when you get something
should probably stop
seems
right
inaccurate.
Pretty soon it'll be something that shouldn't be said on the air. So
I'll be the one to make that mistake.
Arc Builders PA tweets, I love who pays your salary bit, but that Trump. But what Trump does with the press, asking them who they work for, awesome. Yeah, it is. I love that too because he does that pretty much every time now, doesn't he? If it's not somebody he asks to give him a question all the time, he definitely stops him and who are you with?
Yeah, if he doesn't recognize you.
It's great. Tickle Me Fauci tweets talking about North Korea's maybe Kim Jong-un's sister taking over.
Oh, yeah.
A woman leader who's going to make my sandwich and do my laundry. Who's watching the kids? All good questions.
I mean, North Korea's going to have to figure this out before they just hand her the reins of the country. Just saying.
Judy in Pennsylvania. This is all tongue-in-cheek. We don't really...
it is?
Yeah, it's tongue-in-cheek.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's tongue-in-cheek.
That's our story.
Yeah.
I mean,
Judy,
right?
it's we're just kidding.
We're sticking to it.
It's not real.
Judy, it's not real. Wink, wink. It's not real. Jeffy's suffocating belly button tweets, someone tell Jeffy not to go try on clothing in the parking lot. No one needs to see that. Appalachian American... So does the Dadosaur clip count as an animal video? No, but this does. We got a cow.
Oh, we can do the cow and the two dogs.
We got a cow and two dogs.
All right.
That Keith is
so
pushing
this will
right
count
now.
as an animal video for the week.
Okay.
All right. So let's see what we got here.
All right. I thought y'all want to see this video my niece sent me. I'm just going to do this real quick.
All right.
Show it to you.
Please.
What we got here?
What do we got?
Two dogs chasing a cow out in somebody's backyard. What in the world? The hell is it? Oh, dog bites cow. Oh, cow is in the pool. Oh my goodness, dog is going in the pool after the cow. Oh my goodness, they are in the deep end. Oh, dog is biting cow. Cow puts him under the water, dunks him. Dog swimming away. We got dog number 2 on the side of the pool. Dog number 1 is going after cow again.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. The cow's under the diving board. Oh, he's getting out the pool. He can't get out. He can't get out. They both stuck in the pool. In the deep end, over the head. What in the world? What's this in the background? Oh my goodness, we got a cowboy coming in. We got a cowboy coming in. Oh, he's got a lasso. Oh my goodness. No, 2 cowboys. Oh my goodness. Cow trying to get out. He's in the shallow end. Lasso. Oh, he's doing the lasso thing. Oh my goodness, he got the cow with the lasso. Oh my goodness, first shot. What in the world? The hell is that? Oh my goodness! Now the cow's pulling the horse.
Oh,
the dog
no.
is still in the pool. Got man coming after dog in the pool. Cowboy number 2's chasing the cow. Oh, he's trying to lasso the cow again.
Look at that cow just dragging it, man.
What in the world? Oh, Cowboy 2 is wheeling his horse. He just wheelied. Oh, dog got the pool. Cowboy 2 is having a hard time. What in the world is this? Dog, cows in the pool. 1 minute
my
later,
question
out
as
the
well.
pool, lasso. The hell, Alabama.
I'm going to
That-
start mixing that into my lexicon. The hell, Alabama.
That was some weird stuff. Was that set up?
No,
or-
no, that was a security camera in the backyard. A cow gets away from the herd. The cowboys chase it down with the dogs. That's their job. is
All of
to-
a sudden, a cowboy rides in with the lasso.
Yeah. Because the
and
cow
lassos
got
the
away.
cow. That's weird.
So the dogs led the way because it's their job to keep everybody in order in the herd. And so it looks like, oh, why are these 2 dogs giving
Wow.
this cow a hard time? Oh, no, it fell into the pool, all this stuff. But then you realize the cow's actually kind of smart. He got away from the herd, but then the cowboys come and save the day.
and he got to take a little swim.
And that one dog, man, he was dog tired after that because he couldn't even get out of the pool. He's just like,
See what
I'm
you
just
did there?
gonna,
See what you did?
I'm gonna chill out right here. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that absolutely qualifies as an animal video. Plenty of animals doing animal things there.
Yeah.
That was great. Last thing I want in my pool is a cow.
Right.
I don't want a cow
I
in
don't
my
want a
pool.
cow in there.
No. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. If you live in New York, you'll want to know that Mayor Bill de Blasio just canceled all public events through June. Since when does the mayor have the power to cancel all events? I mean, maybe city events that go through your office that you have purview over, but does the mayor of a city just have the power to say, nope, you're not doing anything anywhere?
So wait on a second. I haven't looked into this. I don't know if you know the answer either, but does this mean no Yankees or Mets baseball games? No,
I would
Knicks
think so, yeah.
Or,
Those are
Brooklyn-
public events. Yeah, it would have to mean that.
Well, that
Besides,
really screws up a possibility of baseball.
Well, not New York. They're not playing
right.
in New York.
Then they're going to have to play.
That.
Oh, did you know there's another plan now? I think you and I were just talking about this off air after the show yesterday. It's like, hey, if Texas is open up, why don't they play games here? Well, that's what they're talking about now. Arizona,
they
Texas, Florida.
Dallas,
the new stadium that hasn't even been
Nice.
played in by the Rangers yet.
and nobody's been in it because it just got built. It just got finished. It was supposed to open up for the Rangers this year.
Yeah.
And obviously it hasn't.
And they have an empty Ranger Stadium right next door.
Right.
That they could use.
Very true.
The Astrodome, I don't know where they stand, but I know that they've been talking about doing renovations down there this year. I don't know if they've already started or what that looks like. They've
been trying to figure out what to do with the Astrodome since about 2001. There were all kinds of plans for it. Some of them pretty cool, actually. Some developer wanted to make it a gigantic indoor mall with a massive, I think the biggest swimming pool in the world would have been part of that. I mean, they had all kinds of really cool ideas, and of course, none of them came to fruition.
Let's think about this hypothetically. Let's take the spring training facilities out of it in Arizona and Florida. You've got 2 indoor stadiums in the state of Florida that are Major League Baseball stadiums between Tampa and Miami. You've got the Astros Stadium. You've got the Astrodome in theory. You've got the new Ranger Stadium, the Arlington leftover stadium.
You got Reliant. You could really play baseball in there.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could do
You could
that.
play
Could you play in Cowboy Stadium?
And you could play in Minute Maid Park. And you could play at Cowboy Stadium.
Jerry's not letting them play in there. Okay, so we're up to 8. We've got the Diamondback Stadium. We got 9 stadiums. That's 18 teams. And they're talking about doing like double headers, so to speak.
I'm sorry, that's how many teams?
18 teams.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about doing double headers. So you'd play like, for example, it'd be like the Cubs and Braves would be at noon, and then the Yankees and Tigers would be at 8 p.m. So anyhow, we can do this. Let's go, America.
Let's do it.
But de Blasio, man, so what's he's putting the kibosh on everything.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Despite the fact that he doesn't have that kind of power, he's taking it anyway. And by the way, if you see something that is suspicious, or you think is violating our social distancing rules, you need to take a photo of it and get it immediately to Bill de Blasio at 311-692.
That's right. Yeah, Garcia, Pat had tweeted out yesterday. I haven't been able to verify this, But she said that she posted a thing that said it looks like they've shut down the line up there because they were getting too many people flipping off the camera.
What?
And,
that is just inexcusable.
Sending them pictures of their junk. So there you go. Apparently that's
the New York snitch number, where people were supposed to text pictures and addresses of people not following the rules, was shut down. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know what's another good idea for New York they might consider? What if you were to train all kinds of youth in what they should be looking for in people that aren't following the rules and who they can call, and, you know, if their parents are doing something that they see as wrong, there's a number that they could call on their parents or their neighbors.
Yeah, just take a picture. And because...
Get all the youth to do that.
Let's just assume that the number isn't shut down. You want to make sure to keep sending these tips into 311-692. And what do you think a good name for this group would be? Maybe the De Blasio?
The De Blasio Youth.
De Blasio Youth.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. The De Blasio Youth groups of New York would be great. They could just, because a lot of people don't see what's going on inside other people's homes, but the kids do. And you could get them to report their parents. Wouldn't that be great?
Man. It's like one group of states is going one direction with this lockdown, and another group is going the opposite direction. And that is the difference between red and blue states right now.
Yep. All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. If you are in pain, there's a really good chance it's caused by inflammation, whether that inflammation is coming from arthritis or whatever the case may be. It's likely your root cause of back and neck, shoulder, leg pain. Inflammation is why you suffer with achy, painful joints and muscles. And when it's left untreated, the inflammation can cause permanent damage, which really sucks. Pain relievers and topical creams don't treat the problem. They mask it, and sometimes they don't help at all. That's why I love the fact that I've now found Omega XL. This stuff is awesome. They're 2 tiny little pills. Do I have my... Oh, I've got them in my office, but they're teeny tiny little gel caplets, and they're highly concentrated, and you take these just twice a day. You take 4 of them a day, super easy to swallow, and in 2 weeks, I really believe you're going to start noticing a difference in your pain level. I have in my hands and up and down my arm and elbow, where I've got some kind of freaky, I don't know, arthritis, some sort of inflamed situation that hurts. And this has already helped. And it started helping before the 2 weeks that they recommend you wait. It's an awesome product. Backed by 30 years of research, Omega XL, it's a powerful natural supplement, helps reduce pain due to inflammation. Nothing else like it. Here's a special offer to get you started, too. If you order now, you'll get a second bottle for free. For more information, visit omegaxl.com/pad or call 800-844-4888, 800-844-4888, or go to omegaxl.com/pad.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
So President Trump said he plans to sign an executive order temporarily suspending immigration into the U.S. Does that make sense in light of this situation? Mm-hmm. I think so. Will it to Democrats? Of course not. They'll be yelling and screaming and kicking and biting over this. He said he's doing so to protect American jobs as the virus has taken a sharp toll on the economy. In a tweet last night, he said he was signing the executive order in light of the attack from the invisible enemy, reference obviously to the virus, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens. Didn't provide any other details, but to me, that's just a prudent step.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, you got a Pathead Dadbod blog who said, it looks like he's just implementing the Bill Maher plan. Remember? Because Bill Maher said, I didn't go far enough when he blocked people coming in from China.
Right.
So there you go. Bill Maher, now an advisor to President Trump on immigration.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
But I mean, this is a common sense thing. This is a thing where we said, before the sun set on 9/11/01, we should have sealed our borders.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
I mean, and that's where we're at again. So I don't know how long this is going to last. And I was just talking about illegal immigration. He's talking about let's shut down because now jobs are in short supply right now.
Yeah.
This is a common sense thing.
22 million jobs and counting in 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah.
It's really bad.
So
what's the unemployment number going to be when we find out? Late next week, I think. First part of May, we'll find out what April's job numbers are and what the unemployment rate is. Is it going to be 15%, 20%? I don't know. We're going to be close to those numbers for sure.
But I will say that one thing that isn't necessarily helping in the grander scheme of things, there are some people who, just like Lindsey Graham warned, who are finding it more beneficial to collect these unemployment benefits than to go back to their jobs.
Right.
And so while that's not the overall thing, obviously people have lost their jobs. There are some situations where people are making more money for now, taking that stimulus check, not the stimulus check that every taxpayer gets, but the unemployment stimulus check, instead of going back to work.
Yeah, well, when you're giving them more money than they make at work, you've incentivized them not to work.
Yep.
Right? And what was it AOC said to that? Oh, no. She thought it was a good thing that the government is paying them more to... Was it Bernie?
Bernie, yeah.
Okay.
But still.
I knew it was one of those socialists.
She's Bernie in a dress.
Yeah, she absolutely is.
Or a pantsuit.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Coming up, can dogs sniff out the coronavirus? And do giblets make men more vulnerable to the coronavirus than women? We'll get into both of those issues and others coming up here in a few minutes on Pat Gray Unleashed. Thank you for being here with us. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Just a quick reminder, have you checked yet your day's activities with Cardinal Joe Tobin? Because you may have forgotten. I just don't want you to forget that important step when you're starting your day.
Right.
Did you consult an attorney?
I called up Cardinal Tobin,
Right.
Cardinal
So he
Joe
did.
Tobin in Newark.
Yeah. Governor Murphy in New Jersey does it all the time. So I hope you're doing it as well. We got some tweets here. George A. Crocker concerning the Dadosaur. Yep, I'm sure that the lawyerosaur is actually making a house call.
Boy, she's going to be...
the wife, not pleased.
she's going to be independently wealthy.
Yep. Republic Mike tweets, there's a 110% chance my wife spin kicks, then divorces me if I did that to the garbage outside. Right. But so worth it. LOL. Kevin Davis, I consider this lockdown a preview of life under the Green New Deal. No kidding. From Petty Officer America. To answer your question, Pat, yes. Mayor has the power to cancel all public events.
Oh.
Even all over the country.
Whoa.
As long
Okay.
as he consults and receives permission to do so by Cardinal Joe Tobin from Newark, New Jersey. Again, accept no cheap imitations or substitutes for Cardinal Joe Tobin. This is the Newark, New Jersey Cardinal Joe Tobin we're talking about.
And yeah, don't be fooled by imitation Cardinal Joe Tobins or Bishop Tobins.
Now, I understand there's one in Des Moines, Iowa, who's pretending to be the Cardinal Joe Tobin. Yeah, it pisses me off. It pisses me off.
Wow.
So
Is that the Equate brand?
yeah,
Joe
it's,
Tobin?
yes.
It's the ripoff.
Yeah,
Generic.
Yes. All right, we have some great news, though, because we can finally not worry about this virus anymore. There is now a cure.
No way.
Yeah, it's been found by this guy. COVID-19 has provided an opportunity for people. Now, this tweet calls them religious hucksters.
Whoa.
That's offensive to me.
Whoa.
Look at this guy, and he clearly shows us he's found the cure.
It's an Iranian.
I want to introduce the best cure against corona and kidney disease. Oh, the cure is here.
Okay, all right. He's standing next to a camel. Lung
the
disease,
best cure is
asthma.
lung disease, asthma is here. Look at the camel, okay?
Okay, we're
looking
looking
at the
at a
camera.
camel.
And even the corona has that totally messed up the world.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
He doesn't look happy, that camel.
Someone told Imam Sadiq In Hadith, I can't breathe.
Oh, no.
And I have to sit down due to shortness of breath.
that's
Okay,
not good.
clearly corona right there.
Right.
Imam Sadib said, use the camel urine.
Whoa.
And so he did, and he was cured. Well done. Mojaba has...
First of all, that camel's got hay in its neck fur. I don't know that I want to trust...
Then Mojaba poured him some camel urine.
From that camel?
And he says, thank you so much. Yum, yum.
I want a classy camel. Oh, no, don't do it. No.
Oh, my.
Oh, he did not look happy.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
God willing, you have to drink this 3 days, 3 times a day. Okay, so for 3 days, you drink that 3 times a day, and you'll be cured of whatever thing that's making you not be able
I
to
heard
breathe.
the camels laughing at him in the background there, too. They were like, no way, he really did that. And notice that camel was like, what are you doing here? And then after he downed that camel pee, he had some cred with him.
That is sick.
It's just...
That is nasty.
Did we always fail to warn people to put their breakfast down?
Yeah,
before we do
put your breakfast down before we...
I mean,
okay.
what are you doing?
Spoiler alert, put your breakfast down.
Or you're going to throw it up.
Oh, that's incredible. So there's another great cure. I mean, we heard about vinegar, which was nice. There were a couple of other things. One was motor oil. I think you drink that like 4 or 5 times a day.
I was out that day.
Were you? The motor oil day? Yeah, just drink that down.
Just drink it like, is it like...
And the good thing is, it doesn't have to be 10W40, but they prefer.
Ask you. That's what I was going to ask you. What viscosity are we going
like
with
if you
here?
use 10W30, you also have to combine it.
Now see, I want a one-step cure
with power steering fluid. By the way,
Judy, please,
do not drink motor oil in conjunction with power steering
back
fluid
away from the garage, Judy.
or anything else, frankly.
By the way, these states are opening up. Texas announced some, and then we said that Georgia and Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, South Carolina and Alaska are getting in on the act as well. I just learned. So
good.
Look at that. There's progress, y'all. Yay!
It's happening.
It's between the states opening up and drinking the camel pee. We got the light at the end of the tunnel.
It's going to be Republican-led states that do this, and so California, New York, they're going to be lagging way behind. Massachusetts, who has a terrible problem. Michigan, I mean, she doesn't even want you to be able to wander from your bedroom to the bathroom without her permission. So I don't know what's going to happen in Michigan. I don't know when that state's going to ever open up. She's out of control.
Wait a minute. Does Cardinal Tobin trump Governor Whitmer?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So if you check your activities, like if you call Cardinal Joe Tobin of Newark, New Jersey, and say, hey, Cardinal Tobin, I was thinking about going from the living room where I'm watching TV to the kitchen to make myself a sandwich. And then I was going to go back and sit in the living room again. Is that okay? And then depending on what he says,
okay,
you follow his advice. All right. Also, do testicles. Giblets, if you will.
That was a nice segue.
Make men more vulnerable to the coronavirus? Apparently, men are getting this in much larger numbers than women. For some reason, they don't really know why, but maybe this is it. And minorities get it more than whites, which nobody knows why. Plus, they have a much higher death rate. Very weird. So a pilot study that tracked the clearance of the virus from patients in Mumbai, India, offered more evidence that men are indeed harder hit. And it offered theoretical explanation for that disparity because of the cells that the virus is most drawn to. Those cells serve as the front door for the coronavirus because they express a protein called converting enzyme 2, which is the virus just happens to bind with. In both men and women, these ACE2 proteins or receptors are plentiful in the lungs, the gastrointestinal tract, and the heart. Not surprisingly, all of those tissues are vulnerable to attack from the virus, but also giblet tissues pump out ACE2 receptors at a high rate. Ovarian tissue does not. So there's one logical explanation for why. Plus, men are pigs. And I think the coronavirus just hates pigs. And men.
Wow. Yeah, they're saying that the virus or whatever can just reside down there.
Yeah, just lives there in your giblets and then springs to life eventually. Now, I don't know if this is connected to what we just talked about, but dogs may also be able to sniff out the coronavirus.
Oh, it's connected, all right.
Due to the urgent need of coronavirus testing, preparations to intensively train dogs to detect the asymptomatic carriers of the virus have started and could be ready in 6 weeks. Very early stages, according to the Department of Disease Control. We know diseases have odors, including respiratory diseases such as influenza, and that those odors are, in fact, quite distinct. A very, very good chance that COVID-19 has a specific odor, and if it does, I'm really confident that the dogs would be able to learn that and smell and detect it. That's nasty. These are all icky breakfast stories.
So just looking back, every visitor to my house ever has apparently been a carrier of the coronavirus based on my dog's interactions with them.
Yes. Which is disconcerting. Do they do that to all your visitors?
Yes,
I hate that more than poison. I hate that.
Tanner, I swear. You're about to take a foot.
All right. 888-900-3393. If you missed it yesterday on the socials, I put Keith away.
Wait,
in
so
the quarantine games. Just
really?
finally decimated
This is what
him.
it takes to get him to promote the YouTube page. Y'all.
Yeah, 4 games to 2. It's all over. And we concluded the games this time with a field goal kicking competition.
Yeah, here's my last hope.
Here's one of Keith's
my
efforts. His last chance to tie the game.
Keep the series going. Here we go. Oh, right. I want to thank Avery for making that a GIF out there for us to use.
Yeah,
there
so it didn't even go airborne.
No,
he just kicked it along the ground.
I retweeted his tweet this morning if you want to save that somewhere.
Oh, you might have gotten 3 inches off the ground there.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Good. Now, I will say that I was able to follow up with a nice punt over the crossbar there of the goalpost. So today, I won Series 1. You won Series 2. Mm-hmm. Should we try to piece together one more series, like the tiebreaker series, or do you want to do something else? You want to go, should we punt the ball today? What do you want to do today after the show?
It's so hard to decide.
You're like, how do I want to kick your butt again?
I don't know. Maybe we...
running out of ideas.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, there is a Harvard professor who wants to ban homeschooling. In an essay for Harvard Magazine, professor of law and director of Harvard Law's Child Advocacy Legal Clinic claims homeschooling is a threat to children's rights, a method of promoting white supremacy.
What?
And a drain on democratic society. Even goes so far as to suggest a national presumptive ban on the practice. They're doing a summit this weekend, or not June 18th through 19th, and it will probably be online. But the summit brings together a number of experts from across the country and across the spectrum to discuss the problems of educational deprivation and child maltreatment that too often occur under the guise of homeschooling. What kind of specious, non-specific charge is that? What maltreatment too often occurs? And surely there's no maltreatment that ever happens in public schools, right? There's no maltreatment from teachers or from other students, bullying situations, none of that. Social pressure. Professor Elizabeth Bartholet is leading the charge against those who actively resist public schools. And she believes that the generation currently being homeschooled is an eventual, if not active, breeding ground for racism, sexism, and isolationism.
My goodness.
Based on what? Well, many homeschool precisely because, Keith, they want to isolate their children from ideas and values central to public education and to our democracy. Just a quick side note here. We're not a democracy.
Wait.
And school is not the place to learn values. The home is.
I was about to say, I mean, yeah, guilty. I guess isolate my kids away from the public school values.
Actually, that is one of the reasons.
Thank you.
That is one of the main reasons we all do it.
Guilty.
Many promote racial segregation and female subservience. Many question science. That's really interesting because
Nope.
questioning science used to be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Now, science is so insecure that they can't handle any questioning at all. Just accept what we say blindly, or you're a Luddite. Accept the consensus. Shut up. Don't you dare ask anything about what I'm telling you. Goes on to say many are determined to keep their children from exposure to views that might enable autonomous choice about their future lives. That's completely untrue. The place where children are kept from exposure to contrasting points of view, that's public school. That's public school. We'll only teach evolution. I'll tell you this, when we homeschooled, we taught both. We taught evolution and intelligent design, and then we let our kids noodle it out.
Yeah, that's the difference between homeschool and public school. In the homeschool, you have discussions with your kids. You openly talk about the different competing theories. Over at the public schools, the little indoctrination centers that the government runs, you are told this is how it is. The science is settled. Whether we're talking about evolution or we're talking about global warming.
Yeah, if we're talking about global warming, there's only one opinion, right? Yep. There's consensus. Man-caused climate change is destroying the planet. The discussion's over. There is consensus now. It's clear. None of that is true, though. And in our homeschool, we taught them both. We taught them about climate change, and then we taught them about the fact that, you know what? The models, though, have all been wrong, every single one of them. We told them the truth.
Yeah, and it goes beyond that. It's not just brainwashing your kids into believing one idea, but then it's a step further. If you go home to your parents and they disagree with this, well, you know better. You're going to have to educate your parents. We saw it with the Al Gore thing. Remember when he was talking to students and he's like, your parents...
they don't know this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not just brainwashing your kids, but then they're also in an idea. But then they're also convincing them that you as the parent are stupid. And you guys need to be educated as well. And that's exactly where we are. And homeschool is the opportunity to actually sit down and have open-ended discussions as opposed to just have data filled in, wrong data, by the way, just pumped into your kids' heads full of mush and send them home to indoctrinate the parents or make the parents feel foolish.
Yeah, I was looking for that Gore clip where he was talking to the kids and telling them that they know more things than their parents know.
Yeah, that's what he said.
This is unbelievable. Anyway, this Harvard professor goes on, homeschooling not only violates children's right to a meaningful education and their right to be protected from potential child abuse, but may keep them from contributing positively to a democratic society. Wow. I mean, in her mind, the state is the all-powerful, all-knowing arbiter of all things that are meaningful. Also, let's not forget, they're the protector of our children. They're protecting the children from who? The parents? That's crazy
I'm telling
talk.
you, this is the kind of story, these are the kinds of quotes where you will hear and you'll laugh them off and you'll think, oh my gosh, that crazy Harvard professor. But before you know it, these ideas are going to be made mainstream. And then before you realize it, you're going to have people that you respect, friends, people that you just come into close contact with on a regular basis. And at some point in the conversation, they're going to say, so yeah, don't a lot of white supremacists homeschool? And before you know this idea, this kind of line of thinking about homeschooling being a dangerous ground to raise children with and to educate children is going to become a real problem. And you're going to start seeing if ideas like this start to be allowed to go unchallenged, states are going to clamp down.
She continues, we have an essentially unregulated regimen in the area of homeschooling. Although every state has basic educational standards, she believes that if you look at the legal regimen governing homeschooling, there are very few requirements that parents do anything. And yet, here's the thing, homeschoolers in every single study I've ever seen outperform public school students by a lot.
Without question.
And they also outperform private school students as well. But surely you don't mean that parents who love and care for their children infinitely more than anybody in the public school does, they can actually do a better job than the government? Yes, that is actually what I do mean. And stop calling me Shirley. So How shocking is it that Big Brother not being intimately involved in some aspect of our lives, that leaves people to their own devices, to personal responsibility, to parental responsibility? How is it that those people, without the government, can actually prepare their children for life? This is incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to actually, let's tweet out at Pat Unleashed. Look for this as soon as I can get this going. It's a map showing just all the states and just, the different regulations as they apply to your state. I think it's a good resource so you can know that maybe during this lockdown, I'm sure your kids are probably driving you nuts as you're being forced to homeschool, but maybe you've gotten a routine and maybe you want to continue this in the fall. It's very dependent on where you live.
And then she gets to the worst of all. She argues it's possible that these homeschoolers, one of the reasons they're actually doing this is religious. Oh, no, don't say that. Please don't say that. Surveys of homeschoolers show a majority of families are driven by conservative Christian beliefs. And of course, these parents are extreme religious ideologues who question science, promote female subservience, and white supremacy. Look, we homeschooled our kids for 23 years, and then we ran a private school that we owned for 5 more. In 28 years of homeschooling and being around the parents of homeschoolers, not once did I ever run into anybody who was even close to a white supremacist. Not once. Not ever. And heaven forbid we actually teach religion in the homes of our kids. Because ever since, 1963, when the Supreme Court ruled that God was supposedly not supposed to be part of education, our society has done nothing but skyrocket, right? We've become a much better people. It's disintegrated since then, and everybody knows it. So, yeah, many homeschoolers interject religion into what they're teaching. This is amazing. So, yes, it'll be great when in order to prevent homeschooling from being banned because of people like this, you need to know what's going on. So we'll tweet that out. You can check it out for yourselves. 888-900-3393. Here's that Al Gore clip we were mentioning.
There are some things about our world that you know that older people don't know.
Speaking to a group of, I think it was 6 to teenage years, there's had some gigantic children's camp.
Yeah, like 8th through 12th grade, something like that.
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe they weren't as young as 6, but there was all kinds of students there. And he's telling them, there are things that you know that your parents don't. There was a study done by Dr. Maslowski, and Dr. Maslowski said that there are certain times in some seasons where some children know more than some parents do. Maybe you could make that statement. I don't know. But, wow, that's dangerous stuff.
Yep.
Just the indoctrination. Unbelievable. So this Harvard professor saying that homeschooling should be banned, really dangerous rhetoric, really horrific. Those who homeschool absolutely love homeschooling. They're consumed by it. They understand it. They get it. Nobody wants better things for their kids than the parents do.
Thank you.
So the parents are going to make sure, and they do, that their kids are getting a really solid education.
Yeah, your kids are a number in the public school.
They don't care about your kids.
Your kids are
some do.
A vessel to receive federal funding.
Yes. There are great teachers, and there are teachers who really honestly care. And we probably have some listening to us, and we appreciate the job you do if you're a teacher. You're not making enough money. But
at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but you're not ever going to be able to convince me that a teacher that has my kids for a few hours a day
cares more about them than you do.
For one semester of their life,
right?
Cares more about my kids' future than I do.
Nope, that just doesn't happen. So just dismiss these people who continually harp on homeschooling is, oh, your kids are going to grow up weird. They're not going to get enough education. Where they're not getting enough education is in the public schools, where you don't even teach them American history anymore.
Yeah, I guess it didn't work to call our kids antisocial and albino. So now we've got to call them, what, little white supremacists in the making?
Yep. Welcome. Thanks for being here. There's some tweets at Pat Unleashed. Sherry tweets, not in Ohio. There are still people that haven't got any money from unemployment, me being one. It's been 4 weeks. I call every day, still can't get through. Jeez.
That's
Sorry
horrible.
about
that. See, how many states were affected? I know New Jersey was one of them. There were several states that were using this old computer code that no one knew the language of anymore. And they had to first hire people to work with those old machines. What are these states doing that they have like decades old software running these things?
I don't know. I don't know. Equus limits 10. Oh, look, even the Middle East has a Cardinal Tobin they consult with.
Oh, yeah.
How about Camel Pee? Yeah, the guy who, just show him again, Mr. Camel Pee guy.
Oh, the Camel Pee guy.
If you're having breakfast, you might want to just put it aside.
Now you
just
warn him.
Just a second.
Here we go. He gets out of his
There he
nice
is.
car.
Yep.
That's what selling Camel Pee will buy you. A nice four-door.
It's because it's a cure for this disease, which is huge.
Look at
Cure
that.
is here.
Still, I don't care for this camel with the straw in his beard. He just doesn't seem to take personal pride.
Right.
And he's a snob. He won't even look at the guy. Oh, you're talking about my pee, are you? Oh, now you've got my attention, says the camel.
So somebody told an imam they can't breathe, and the imam says, "Yeah, you know what you need to do
What's
is
that? What's that?
drink camel pee."
Oh.
And so they did, and they were fine and completely cured.
Allah Akbar.
And so now they poured
Oh, here
this
we go.
guy some camel urine.
Yeah, you think it's warm? Look at the camel. Look at the camel slowly look like no.
Like, are you really going to drink that?
Dude, do you know where that's been? Oh no! Look at his face. He is not pleased with that.
You have to drink it 3 times a day for 3 days, and then you're cured.
Now the camel accepts him as his own.
Now, I don't know if President Trump will start promoting camel pee today, but he should. There's the cure right there.
Well, the press isn't going to go after him.
Well, no, because this came from the Middle East.
Thank you, because it came from Iran, so now it's okay. That's how they operate.
It's imam approved. What are you going to do?
Look, hold on. What a kid tested, mother approved.
Occam's electric razor tweets, so if we mix camel pee and motor oil, what kind of elixir of life would we be witness to?
Okay, well, don't let that get out, because you drink that, you become a superhero.
It's a fountain of youth, for sure. MRG tweets, with no idea of when kids can go back to school. I guess that dope from Harvard picked a bad time to wage war on homeschooling.
Right.
It is a stupid time to do it. The Steve 42, since when did conservative Christian become code for white supremacy? They just slipped that one in while we weren't looking, along with a whole bunch of others, as a matter of fact. We have this video of a teacher who's been handling remote learning with an original song.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Got this from Trey Calloway. Thank you,
So
Trey.
as some of you guys might know, I'm a music teacher, and I found that one of the best ways that I can process the whole transition to online learning and teaching is to write a song.
Okay.
So I wrote a song. I'd like to share that with you guys now. Here we go.
Wrote a song.
It's song time. Everybody is feeling that has to communicate online these days.
That was really good.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I actually did not.
Nobody does.
No, that's great.
Good stuff.
No, she set that up well.
Yep.
Also, we got a video about vacation time here from Alex.
Yeah, somebody sent this over. Yeah.
Strong favorite for a quarantine award right here.
This is the guy on vacation, as it were. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's looking out the window. There's a jet over a Caribbean island. Look at that. He's on the plane, drinking. Looks good. Wait, he's got his passport there on the little tray back there.
Right.
And then
it's
wait. That's his dryer.
That was
well done, man.
really good. Wow.
Good stuff, man.
Very creative.
People, that's one thing. This has forced people to be creative with their downtime.
Yeah.
And there's some good stuff out there. Yeah.
Then we got Frank Caliendo. I told you we'd get to this, and sure enough, we're getting to it.
Yay.
It's amazing. But Frank Caliendo announced some nuns playing basketball.
So who is he? He's Marv Albert.
Yeah, he's
right?
Marv Albert, Charles Barkley, and Shaq doing play-by-play for the nuns.
Welcome back to the NBA on TNT and the Sevilla Monastery, where the annual Nunstravaganza is taking place. On the inside, yes, Sister Maria with the putback. And a steal by Sister Paulette. She puts another shot up, and she's unable to connect. The rebound finding its way back to Sister Paulette, throwing up a prayer. Yes! Truly turning water into wine with a spectacular display of faith and hustle. Marv Albert, along with Sir Charles Barkley and the czar of the mumble straighter, Shaquille O'Neal. Charles?
I'm not going to lie, Marv. There's been a lot of sloppy play today. Some of that's because of social distancing, and some of that is because they're nuns.
Shaquille?
When we walk in the lodge of God, and kind of
Shaq, I agree with the first half of your statement, but in the second half, when you got into the metaphysical, that's just, it doesn't play with me. It can't be about divine intervention. It's all about the game and what's in front of you.
He's so good.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Frank Caliendo, he is awesome.
Frank just helping to make the apocalypse fun. That's so great. Then we have this we have this meme, and it just shows a couple of stories, one from a dog, one article from a dog, and one by a cat.
Oh, these are like op-eds or something that they're writing about the
lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog writes, "Why not work from home forever?" Because the dog wants to be with people, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The cat writes the op-ed, "America needs to get back to work." That's true. Yep. Loving, loyal, wonderful dogs.
Mm-hmm.
As America, the dog writes, as America debates a return to work, it's important not to rush. We need to balance the economy against the extremely valid concerns about public health and protecting lives. It's really well written for a dog.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
you know? And walks. We need to think about all of the walks. And ball. We need to also think about ball. The cat writes, okay, enough is enough. American business has taken a historic plunge over the past month. It's time to consider a practical plan for protecting public health while also allowing for a return to work.
I mean, that's perfect. That is perfect. And yeah, I will say that our dogs have gotten more walks in the past month than they got probably all of the previous year. You know?
I've seen more of my neighbors in the last 4 weeks than I've seen in the last 8 years. Because everybody's outside. That's all you can do. You can walk around. And so everybody's out walking around.
I mean, me too, but it hasn't gotten to the point where I'm motivated to learn people's names.
Oh, no,
It's just that I've seen them out and say, hey, how you doing? So everybody's name is, hey, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's you that I've seen taking out your garbage a time or two.
Yeah. Hey, how about that Dadosaur guy down the block? What a freak, right?
Right?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't live in Dadosaur's neighborhood. He's got a nice house. Give it another month. Maybe I'll bother to learn your name when we're on the walk.
That would be really extreme.
Right?
We can't have that.
Governor Abbott, let's go.
We can't have that. All right, let me take 60 seconds and tell you about Tommy John. Man, is it comfortable. Underwear and T-shirts. And this T-shirt I'm wearing right now, soft, fantastic. It's Tommy John. Fabulous. I mean, don't they feel great? The Tommy John underwear.
So good.
So comfortable. It doesn't ride up. They've created these in a way where it fits a man's body and now a woman's as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I absolutely love Tommy John. And, you know, they sent us a couple of samples when we started advertising for them.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I have gone to the website and bought plenty more because I
they're awesome.
love them. Yes.
They're also offering all customers 25% off right now, site-wide. So treat yourself and upgrade to a few pairs of Tommy John underwear. It's the softest, most breathable fabric you've ever worn. Again, it doesn't ride up. You're not going to get a Snuggie from this underwear. Go to TommyJohn.com/unleashed. Get 25% off your order. That's TommyJohn.com/unleashed for 25% off.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Okay, well, at first we had to worry about toilet paper shortages, and really kind of still do. I haven't seen toilet paper in a store in a long time. Have you guys been able to buy it?
Yes, I've seen it in a couple places, a couple times. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now the big worry is frozen pizza.
That
hits you right where you live.
This cannot
doesn't it?
stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Americans have already suffered, of course, the paper shortage, the toilet paper shortage, the bottled water shortages. Now we may have to endure a lack of frozen pizza.
See, not cool.
Combine that with a projected shortage of beer and soda, and you're looking at, a total meltdown of U.S. society. We can't handle this.
You joke.
I'm actually not joking. It's serious. Adweek reported frozen pizza sales across the U.S. are up more than 90% compared to a year ago.
Listen to these numbers.
Some brands are seeing an increase of 200% since the start of the pandemic.
Yep.
Newman's own president and COO Dave Best called the surge unprecedented and told Adweek that in his 25 years in the business, I've never seen a spike like this across the country. Does Newman's Own sell pizza too? I know they're big into salad dressing. I didn't know they had a pizza line. The outlet noted that across Los Angeles, grocery stores had been reporting shortages. Some frozen food delivery drivers had to add locks to their trailers for fear of frantic shoppers looking for pizza in their truck.
So they saw me, is what they're alluding to there.
Yeah. They got some data from IRI research that showed Americans spent $275 million on frozen pizza for the first 4 weeks, ending April 5th, an increase of 92% from the same time last year. Wow. That's just another unforeseen side effect of this stinking pandemic.
But if you plan properly, you don't get caught flat-footed when the global pandemic and the lockdown hits.
Don't you eat frozen pizza virtually every day for lunch? A lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not virtually. It's virtually. Yeah. So maybe is 4 times out of 5, does that qualify for virtually every day?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd say so.
So yeah, I've been prepared, and I have noticed that the freezing units at my local grocer's freezer, as we used to call it, they have been bare at times. But at least what I'm going for, there's always at least one box available, so I've been able to keep the supply stocked.
I'm happy about that.
Thank you. Yeah,
because we all worry.
Because you don't want
pizza.
You don't want Hangry Keith roaming around here.
No, we don't.
Oh no.
Also, this is fascinating. We are getting back to some of these stories that we used to get pissed off by, but now we're craving because it's better than the pandemic stuff.
Oh no, what story?
Land O'Lakes butter.
Yeah. Let's go back to these days right now.
Land O'Lakes butter will no longer feature the American Indian butter maiden on its packaging. The new look package arrived in stores this month after the company announced the change earlier this year. It comes ahead of the brand's 101st anniversary. Was announced in February, with Land O'Lakes explaining, "We recognized we need packaging that reflects the foundation and heart of our company culture."
What does that mean?
I don't know. It means we've been doing this for 100 years, and now society's so crazy. Okay, we're going to take the Native American off the package.
Oh, no. So Elizabeth Warren lost her gig?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Some products, including stick butter, will also include photos of real Land O'Lake farmers instead. and co-op members, and copy that says since 1921, and proud to be farmer-owned. As a farmer-owned co-op, we stand together to bring you the very best in dairy.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of dairy farmers standing around, that's going to become iconic, like the Land O'Lakes lady. Yeah.
They didn't explicitly state the reason for removing, but we all know the reason they removed the American Indian. Her name was Mia. She's been on the packaging for 100 years. Almost 100. It was painted in 1928 and later updated to show just her face. The original design has long been criticized for being racist. North Dakota Representative Ruth Buffalo.
Wait, what?
Ruth Buffalo?
Oh, cool.
Told the Grand Forks Herald the image of Maya goes hand in hand with human and sex trafficking of our women and girls.
All right, Representative Buffalo. I don't think so.
What? Okay, how does an image of the face of an Indian woman just smiling on the front, how does that represent sex trafficking? There she is, right there. If you haven't seen Land O'Lake butter, I don't know if they have this back east or if it's all over the country. I think so. I think we've had Land O'Lake butter a lot. So there she is, and that represents sex trafficking.
Absolutely. Do you not see that?
I don't see
right
that.
There. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Make it stop.
Okay, maybe we don't want to go back to those days.
Yeah. Let's talk about the latest COVID-19 death numbers. Get us back here.
Or the fact that the NFL draft is coming up.
Yeah.
Thursday night, day after tomorrow. And apparently they ran a test about from the homes of all of these people because they're going to be doing it from home. And it didn't go well.
Yeah, check my Keith math on this, but what are we at? We're about at 60 hours or so until the Bengals have to pick. But they did a test run yesterday for 2 rounds, and right out of the gate with that first pick, there was a long delay, some sort of problem, and apparently it was on the league's end. So it wasn't like an individual team was having difficulties. It was with the league.
Somewhere in their connection, they screwed up.
So a lot of the issues were they talked about how GMs were just sitting there in awkward silence, just waiting. Like, when do I go? Help me! Someone talk to me.
Right.
And people not muting their microphones, such as you probably have learned with your Zoom calls with your office. So this could be interesting. You could hear like the Cowboys and Packers spinning a trade because Jerry Jones forgot to mute his microphone on his computer during the real thing.
I actually kind of like that. I'd like to hear the behind the scenes stuff.
So it's going to be interesting. It's going to have a new element coming up Thursday night.
And nobody's hosting it, right? Is anybody from the NFL Network commentating this, or like they usually have?
I'm sure they'll have to.
Rich
guide
Eisen
us
doing that.
Yeah, they'll have to guide us through and explain.
I would think so. I hope so.
And I really hope it's not 32 boxes on the screen at a time. Geez. But
amazing.
I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I just know it's going to be entertaining for more than one reason.
It's football. It's football related.
It's football.
And it's happening right now. We don't have to wait.
It's football and it's technical issues.
And they didn't delay it, which I love. I mean, I love the fact that they're going ahead with it. I can't believe it. But I'm really grateful to the NFL for doing this because it gives you hope for the season. It shows that they plan to go ahead with it because the people they're drafting, some of them will be starting.
Yeah.
You would think.
And don't forget, on or around May 9th, they're going to release the NFL schedule, and built into that are contingency plans in case they have to delay. My theory is your 6 division games will be your last 6 games, just in case they keep having to delay it. So we'll see.
One of the stories is, the big quarterback from Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, better you than me on that one.
He's really talented, and he might be the best quarterback in the draft, but he's a little bit short, and he just had that massive hip injury. Yeah. So do you take a chance on him? Because they can't bring him in and do a health workup on him. They can't check him, do a physical, because they can't bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
So do you take the chance without even looking, sight unseen? You bring him in and you have a first-round draft pick or a second-round pick and use it on him? I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see if they do that. Those hip problems are tough to overcome. Remember tight end Dennis Pitta?
Yeah.
He was actually from BYU, but he played for the Ravens. He was an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
He was the lead receiver of all tight ends when he was playing. And he broke his hip once, came back from it, broke it again, took him a year, came back from it, broke it a third time when he was getting ready to go back for the season, and in a practice, without being touched, it broke. And that was it.
And
then it was all.
My fantasy football league has the Dennis Pitta rule, whereas if you protect a player and they get injured during training camp, you can go back and protect someone else from your previous roster.
Oh.
So it's in honor of his hip. But yes, he was dynamic.
Yeah, he was really
excellent.
good. Really good.
And so
sadly, his career was cut short.
I mean, and you're talking about risking, not
being able to walk.
Well, no, but that. And I'm talking about the team that would invest in him.
Yes.
Obviously, with these rookie contracts.
Not as important to risk, but still a risk.
Right. You're risking hundreds of thousands of dollars in a season, a paycheck. Anyhow. There are so many variables that have been affected that you just don't even think about because of this global pandemic. Big thank you to China. Oh, can we show the picture inside the lab there where they were putting the samples into the freezer in China? You know, the place that we have to most likely think for where we're at now. Yeah, look at the seal. Someone pointed out on the internet the seal is not so tight there around the freezing unit where they're storing these virus samples. You've got a greater seal around the freezer at your house. Compared to the Wuhan lab, where more than likely this all started.
Why are you so racist? Why would you say it started in China? Why would you do that?
Because that's where it started.
So that's the only reason you're saying it.
Hold on, I'm gonna fish for another one here. Can't do it. No. Because that's where it's from.
Huh. All right. All right, if you want to stick to that, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not at baseball games this afternoon because of that lab in China.
Really sad.
You're now surrounded by your kids 24/7, 365 because of that lab in China.
Yeah.
Our government has added trillions of dollars worth of debt
because
of that lab in China.
Yeah.
The entire, should I keep going? Oil industry collapse.
I think we got it now. Yeah. Also, tomorrow's Earth Day. Yay!
Oh, yes!
Yay!
What are we doing? What are we going to do? We're going to do
there's going to be a celebration like you can't believe.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate. We're going to be scolded by Joaquin Phoenix, Al Gore, Stacey Abrams, Moby. Everybody's getting together to scold us tomorrow. Jane Fonda, so this should be exciting. It's going to be kind of like the thing they did over the weekend with the coronavirus presentation. They're going to do the same thing tomorrow for Earth Day. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about making your eyes bleed.
No kidding.
You can count on that doing it.
So does that mean we're going to have some more Al Gore video, some fresh Al Gore video, I hope?
I certainly hope so. The more Al Gore talking about Dr. Mathwowski.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.